Yeah, so you should sign up to Classical Vision. It's an agency that books musicians for TV and film.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and I've done a couple things with them. Really good. Let me find the Instagram profile. Yep, so if you... It's cavian.classical.vision. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a place you can apply. You can apply through the website to basically get put on the roster
Yeah.
of musicians, and it's always going to be intermittent. Like, you never know when or what you're going to get put on, or if you'll get called for something. But when you do, it's usually good. It's usually good. The TV, that kind of film side of things, I kind of stopped doing. I backed off a little bit, just because I'm kind of moving a little bit of a different direction to it now. But I mean, it's great stuff. Like to do a day's work of like filming, and half the time you're sitting around waiting to be called for your set, and they usually pay well. It really depends on the shoot, but often you'll get like £100 a day quite easily.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And for big films, you'll get a bigger budget as well. Yeah. And if you have to record, if they actually are, often it will be mimed gigs. Often it will be mimed gigs for film, which is usually the way it works. But every now and then, you'll get ones that you actually record for. And if you record the music for it, then you actually get a different contract and you get a whole lot more money for it.
Is that where you can take like royalties or a paycheck there and then? Sometimes.
Sort of. Usually what will happen for that sort of thing is it'll be what they call a buyout, where basically they'll say, we're going to own the rights for this, but we're going to pay you, we're going to pay you a good bit more for that. So for those sorts of things, it's usually worth it. You've got to be smart with yourself. Sometimes you might be in a position where you're getting ripped off, not worth the value, but at the flip side, they will, if you're not happy to do it, they'll just give it to another one of the 50 other musicians that are happy to take the cash in pocket. So it's for you to decide whether, a day and earn a couple £100 or turn it down because it's not paying the royalties that it's worth. It's give and take, Every individual shoot, film, offer is different, and it depends with the company films that they're working with. So it's just getting on that. But that's a cool thing to get into, because it's a good extra bow to have. It's another thing to pull from.
Just a little cash cow.
Yeah, not even a cash cow, more like every now and then. It's not, unless there are some people that live off doing the extra work, and you'd have to be with like a few different agencies to kind of start building up your rep through that.
Yeah, I see.
So I think extra work is harder to live off of. But then again, music's not an easy field anyway.
No.
But you being a musician gives you an extra ability, gives you that extra footing to get into that. Someone that can actually play the instrument. And you can do extra work outside of your instrument as well, which is cool as well. We're just looking at other ways of throwing that money in there.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've covered extra work, we've covered jam nights, we covered using Instagram as a way to basically reach out to the people that you want to work with. Again, even with like artists, and like just cover their stuff, film a video of you covering it, tag them, and if they see it and like it, they might share that onto their story, which will get you extra exposure, build your account, or they might even hit you up for something. but it's important to know it's a long play. Like it's not a short game. Like, it's a long play where all these little things may not seem like much for now, but then in 5 months' time, could be 2 years' time, could be 2 weeks' time, you get a DM from someone saying, I've seen your stuff, really like what you're doing, do you want to jump on this project?
Mm-hmm. It's cool, man.
It's cool.
It's good.
And then the flip side of it is obviously to push with your band, but pushing with your band means now today clever marketing. It's like, do you actually believe that your band has potential?
It's a hard one, man, because if we've already been doing it for like 6 or 7 years, it's not happened yet, then who's to say will in the future?
And also, it's like, I think as well, we always try to do everything through organic reach.
Yeah.
It's that whole, everyone's got a romanticised idea of, you know, we did this all ourselves, and like, no, like, we're in one of the best times in the world to if you guys are serious about the band, like the band itself, somewhere within that, whether that's management or you guys teaming up between you, you should be shelling like Instagram with not ads but awareness. Like you should be you should be using the boosted posts or going into Facebook Business Manager and actually promoting it through there, where you can really target the audience out.
That's what we started doing recently.
Okay.
And like in the past like week and a half on Facebook, I think we got like the extra 120 likes on our page. But it's so hard because we've got loads of likes already. We've got almost 3,000 where we've been going for so long. But in terms of engagement, it's hard to tell because we don't get many people coming to our gigs, even though we've got all these likes, and we don't get much people like commenting on our stuff.
I'll tell you one thing, Facebook pages now, all in terms of organic reach, it will show to a very small percentage of your audience. If you've got, it's going to be a very small, like often less than 20% now, I think.
Unless you pay for it, right?
This is Facebook is a business. You have to remember that Facebook and the tools that it's provided for us is a free platform. So somewhere Facebook is going to make its money. So even the fact that you can get the organic reach in itself is a massive bonus. But going on from that, it's important to separate the difference between likes and actual fans. If that makes sense. Someone might like your music, but there may be many reasons why they don't come to a gig. They might like the video, they might not actually be a massive fan of the music. They might be far away. They may be nowhere near. Especially with Facebook now, they may be nowhere near your gig, or maybe they came to one gig once and it's just not practical for them to get there. So it's about, if you can, find whoever. There's probably going to be like a small core group of people, like a few small people that are consistently coming to your stuff, right? You can probably got a few faces or names popping in your head right now. If you can basically treat those guys at your gigs like celebrities and get them falling basically in love with your brand, your band, they will grow it for you. Because often we do the opposite, where we're like, let's pull in as many people from outside as possible, rather than let's treat the ones that we've got in here like royalty and lift these guys up, and they will kind of pull in the other. That's the best way to do it, because you're gonna say that your band is good. Like we're always gonna say that. So when someone sees you boosting your page or posting a post saying, come down to our gig, it's going to be amazing, then like you're going to say that. And it's not quite. However, if one of their friends, or even if 5 of their friends say, you need to come down to this gig, it's happening in our town and it's going to be great, that is completely different to them seeing an ad or a video from you, your page.
For sure, because it's sort of like leading by example. So yeah. See that you're
it's social proof.
Yeah.
It's social proof, and if you're doing a marketing degree, man, you're gonna come onto all of this. So I think it's just because of the time we're in, we've got so many like undiscovered opportunities of what we can do now. Like I'm really interested in where musicians and artists are going to take things today in terms of what they're going to do to market their stuff, because it's going to be more than just like Facebook ads.
Yeah, because of course now that people know about that, and soon more and more people are going to know about this stuff that you're talking about. How do people stand out?
This is the thing. So now what you're getting is you're getting an increased number of ads coming up in your screen. So what's happening is you're paying less attention to the ads that pop up in your screen. So you really just have to make content for content as opposed to advertising all the gigs and all of that, if that makes sense. Because often if you look at some band pages, it's easy to get into a field where you're just seeing, if you look at some band pages, you're seeing gig poster, gig poster, gig poster.
We've fallen into that trap.
Yeah, it's because then all it is, they're following you for a gig poster, as opposed to actually getting to know you guys as a band. If you posted like videos of you guys like setting up, and it's more than setting up, but so people actually get to know the brand, like know you guys. What you really want to achieve, if possible, is someone who has never seen you guys in person but has followed you on social media, them come to the gig and feel like they know you guys when they see you.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, like I don't know your band members' names, but let's say your drummer's called Charlie. It's like, yeah, Charlie's that one there. He's the really funny one, or something like that. Like the more they can know like you guys as people as well. I think we always fall into a trap, or can often fall into a trap of trying to present like a certain image across to who we think is our target audience. Whereas if we were like just authentic with the stuff that we do, we can really focus on things that will, you're going to attract your real audience. In other words, you're going to focus on the stuff that is actually what you guys do, and then people are going to see that and be like, okay, this is who these guys are, because that's what they see when they come to the gig.
Yeah.
And then if what they see live doesn't match up to what they've seen on social media, it's like
there's like a conflict of personality.
Yeah.
They're just going to realise.
Or it's, oh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Like that's not what I thought I was coming to see.
Yeah. People don't like not knowing what's going on, essentially.
And it is always good to have surprises, but yeah, your page should show me essentially kind of some of the things I'd expect to see at a gig, or why I'd want to come to the gig, as opposed to the fact that there's a gig on and you guys are playing it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the shifts are really small. But it's an interesting space that fascinates me, because I'm not an artist myself, like I'm a musician, so I play for the other artists, which is also what you do as well. So I hope that in the combination of my like Instagram stories and feed, hopefully people will see more of what I'm about as well, like as a person, and more like how I like to play, as opposed to just what they see on the gig or just what they see from one or two videos, because my videos vary a lot. And then so the way I'm kind of doing it now is the feed is more for like pictures and actual cover videos, and then the story is like the behind the scenes, the more actually get to know more what you like as a person.
Yeah, like day to day.
Exactly.
Like personality.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's an interesting one, man.
It's
an interesting situation.
It is, dude. That's what I guess we're trying to implement with the band stuff more, because we've been in a bad way. So we sort of isolated ourselves a little bit, and none of us are really into the digital. We were like, we won't put that much focus on it. And now, like years later, sort of realise how important it is.
This is it. So I've been talking to a couple other guys, and the biggest thing we were just saying is like focusing on like documenting the journey, as opposed to purely putting out polished, finished, trying to put out polished, finished articles of what we think should represent us.
Yeah.
So, because if you can document the journey, that means people along the way can become invested in what it is that you guys are doing, or yourself. So this applies to both, like you as a musician and your page, and then the bands that you're working with as well. So people can be like, yeah, we saw them when they were practicing in the basement back room, and now these guys are like, or we saw when they were all squeezing into a 6-seater van with 7 people.
Yeah.
It was illegal, but
and then
but people rock with that. Like people enjoy seeing the journey. They like to see some of the struggle as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the thing that put us off it to begin with is that it always felt like a vanity project in a way, and it sort of is, but it's a good thing because people, like you said, they like to see what people are doing.
Yeah,
they like to see that.
It's breaking the struggle. If you focus or make that shift between like content and like thinking, okay, we need to make content, as opposed to let's just document the journey, because that's going to be something that you guys will even want to look back at and see 5-10 years time from now, even like 40 years time from now. The way internet is now, you guys are going to be old geezers standing about, and you're going to look back at this and think like, back in the day, you know?
Yeah, well, like when you look at your old MySpace account.
Man, I'm telling you, one of the biggest things I regret is not taking enough like pictures and videos and putting them out there.
Yeah.
Along the journey. I would have loved to have seen more of my journey, and I've got a few things archived, to be fair, so I'll probably unarchive some of it again, but being able to just look back and be able to go, wow, like this is where we started, this is what happened here, like, and to be able to just follow it up.
For sure, man. I've ordered a camera that's arriving in the next couple of days, like a Fujifilm camera.
Yeah.
It's just like,
so I've got a little one myself that I think it's like a Canon M50, and don't use it nearly enough. That's like one of my goals now, which you're going to see a lot more, is going to be like documentation of the process. It's going to be like documenting like the different amounts of teaching stuff that I do, the preparation sides of things. It's going to be the like before and after the gigs. It's going to be getting to the gigs and after the gigs, etc. But I'm also going to be doing like podcast stuff as well. So it's going to be more stuff like this as well, like just meeting up with people and like going through ideas, talking through ways that we can just smash through.
Yeah.
Because it is just that motivation thing of like, how do I make this work? Like how do I make this work for me? Because it's still got to earn you some money. Like, there's only so much time you can put in before it has to earn you something.
Yeah, I think you just got to do it. Haven't you? Just not think about it too much. Jump in and then work it out as you go along a little bit. Because otherwise, you're just going to get too nervous and just like
this is it.
Overthink it, and then it'll go wrong.
The cruise ship thing, that will be a good thing for you. Would definitely develop chops on that. I think as well you should look into some sort of like function band as well. If you're just talking for money, it's cool. I know a lot of people turn their noses up at it, but there's not many other ways where you're gonna earn 150 to £300. You're gonna be more in the 100 to 200 range most likely, but it's very much doable. 100 to 300 per gig each. Like that's just the reality of it. And it's a good thing to be in, and I dip in a few function stuff every now and then, which it's just good fun, drive up, set up, play the tunes, go home, make some people happy at their parties or weddings or whatever, and then you're back home, pat down, paid, and that's like more than you'd get for working a full-time job day in a lot of places.
Yeah, definitely.
Depending on the type of job you're doing, of course.
Yeah, definitely for me. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing the function gigs at all.
Function gigs are cool, man. Function gigs are cool.
Yeah.
I think some people get into a thing where they don't want it to be all they do, which is understandable. But it's cool, man. It's cool. It's a very good way to.
How did you get into the function side of things?
Musicians I know.
Yeah.
One bassist I knew asked me to deck through. So I did. Yeah, I've never like been the bass player for a particular function band, but just decked for a couple people.
Okay.
Which was enough for me as well at the time. Like it was just right. But the easy way to do it is to try and find yourself into an established function band and just start decking for a few people. The hard way, but potentially more rewarding way, is to start one yourself. Do like all your own marketing, and you can sign up to a few different agencies that will help you there as well. DK Management do one where I think they guarantee you like £100 a night or something like that.
Okay.
And they form the bands, so you basically just you audition for it. They form the bands, they do all the websites and promotion and all of that.
Yeah.
And then you guys basically get together, rehearsal, do a promotional video. They film that for you guys, and then get you the gigs on that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
I've never heard of that, actually.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty
DK
decent.
letters and then management. Because it's certainly a good place to get started into that function world. Because then you're not taking on any of the risk of like making all the websites, doing all the promotion. Like they sort that for you and get the manage the bookings.
That's the thing that takes the time.
This is it.
Well.
Yeah. All of it is time consuming. So you just have to find the best ways for you, like what you want to do. So time is a limited source. Well, time is a limited source anyway. But if that's something that you kind of want to limit that, then yeah, it will be a case of joining an established band or joining an agency that puts together bands like DK. And then outside of that, what's your theory like?
It's not bad. Like I'm taking my grade 8 in April.
What theory? Or just bass in general?
Just bass. I've done like grade 1 music theory, but yeah.
I'd probably say get your level 5 theory.
Yeah.
Not, you don't even have to do the test, but just like understand level 5 theory. It will help you out a lot. And then there's no reason why you can't be, especially in Basingstoke, there's no reason why you can't be teaching kids around the area, or even adults around the area, how to play bass, teach them to play some songs, how to get that going. That can be only £20 an hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How do you get word out for that sort of thing? Do you just ask people you know and stuff if they're looking?
Yeah, easiest way to start is word of mouth. And then Facebook. Often there's Facebook groups for your area, so there'll be different like maybe Basingstoke communities. So what I would do is I would jump on Facebook, I would search Basingstoke and click groups and just see what different groups come up. You probably get a few buy and sell groups, which is not always a bad place to start. But ideally you want something that's more of a community based that you can engage in.
Yeah.
So you can start getting engaged in that community, help a few people out, and then you can do your asking, or just so you can be there when someone says, are you looking for, so I'm looking for lessons, music lessons for my kid, or for someone I know, and you can comment there, be like, yeah, this is, and if that's what I do, drop me a message. And that's actually recent. I got one of my recent students through a Facebook group where someone else commented on I wasn't even in this group, but someone tagged my name under a post for someone looking for lessons for their child.
Yeah.
And I picked it up through that, and I was like,
that's decent, man.
yeah, it works. It really does work. Facebook is so powerful now, because all the parents will be on it.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the kids aren't on it, so there's no point like making content for young kids on Facebook. They're all on Snapchat and Instagram.
Yeah, Musical.ly or whatever it was.
Yeah, Musically it's TikTok now. It's called.
Is it TikTok?
Yeah, it's the same app. Yeah,
I never used it.
I tried once. I never really got the hang of it. I think I might next year have another little look at it.
Is it still a thing that people still use it a lot?
Yeah, it's just.
I'm sure it died off.
It's the younger generation.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm young, and I'm 21. You're in your 20s.
Yeah, now I'm 24.
Yeah, but these guys, this is like, it's what fascinates me is that kind of like, what age group? That 7 to 11 age group now, because that's just like a complete. These guys, 7 to 11-year-olds, they've grown up with YouTube always existing. Like YouTube always existing, and some of them didn't know a world without like Instagram, or were too young to realise when Snapchat was a new thing. Like that, it just wasn't a thing before. Like that's just their normal. Like, that's a crazy.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I remember like VCRs and just like I don't know, like Windows XP, not even having the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
And now these kids are like walking around with their phones, and I've got them.
I'm telling you, tablets and all.
Yeah.
Tablets and all. But yeah, it's just a different generation. So if you're looking at the teaching, kind of decide whether you're going to go more down adults or teaching, and then kind of specialise how you get the word out there through that. You can always start by routing it through your friends and family in the area. Just to let them know that you're doing it. Because if they don't know that you're doing it, if someone asks them or says to them, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for guitar lessons," they're not going to put you forward because they don't know that you do it. It sounds silly, even if they know that you play bass guitar, but you literally need to tell people, "I'm doing lessons."
Yeah. That's like thinking back on it now. I've had people I know that are like, "Oh yeah, always would have loved to have learned an instrument or something." And that's like the time to like pounce on it and just put the offer out there.
Yeah. Just you can literally just honestly, you'll be surprised at the amount of adults. Two things: the amount of adults that actually, let's make it three things. The amount of adults that either learnt when they were young and gave up and regretted it, or the ones that never learnt, and then the third category, which will be some of these as well, the ones that think that they can't learn it now. Which is why a lot of people don't even bother looking. The fact is they can.
Yeah.
It'll just take them longer. And that's an interesting space as well, the adult lessons. It's quite rewarding because it's almost like you're giving them back a piece of their childhood.
Yeah, is that something you've done?
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because when people get to a certain age, a lot of times they just stop learning. Like a lot of people stop. They're not really do. They're set like they've done the last thing, the same thing they've been doing for the last 5-10 years, sometimes more.
Yeah.
Like, not much has changed because they come from a time when a career actually was a career. Like you could be in the same job for 20-30 years.
Yeah, man.
And be comfy like that.
And it's fine. Like you do your job.
Yeah, that was it. Like back then, going to school and getting a degree and working for a company was it was a secure pathway. It's just not a secure pathway anymore.
No.
So see, for them doing like that's what they've had the same job since they were like 30 years old.
Yeah, dude, my dad, he's had the same job since he was 18. He's like 54 now.
Yeah. And it works for them.
Yeah.
Like, it works for them. Like the fact is that's just for a large portion of us, it's just not an option. Like half the companies probably don't even or won't even exist in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Like half the industries, a lot of the industries aren't gonna exist or have the actual jobs in them. The jobs in those industries are going to be replaced by technology and computers.
Even learning, man, like you got to be smart about what you choose to learn because in 5 years' time it might be useless.
Yeah, this is it. Like it's like a lot of IT. What I'm hearing from a lot of IT degrees is that by the time they finish the course, the information in the course is outdated. Like if you're talking about a degree, and obviously you're still going to be more useful than if you haven't learned it. but by the time you're at the end of it, that information is old information.
For a degree as well, it's like that's got to be like the top information. You know, you've got to be like the guy to go to about that stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Apprenticeships is better for that stuff now.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an interesting one. So, for you really, check out DK Management. That's probably going to be one of the faster routes into getting some quick income in as well. I think they'll send you when audition days are, and you just prep a few pieces, and then I think they'll put you together with like some other people. You drive.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. You need to drive. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd look into putting word out into you doing some lessons for people around your area. Even if that's just like 3 or 4 people. 3 or 4 people is an extra 60, 80 quid a week, which for a few hours it's a big boost.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big boost because 60, 80 pounds a week doesn't sound like a lot, but 240 to 360 pounds extra a month suddenly makes suddenly makes a big difference.
Definitely.
And then jam nights, Instagram videos. Oh, you need to go in and follow some people and DM some people.
Yeah, man.
And just be like, I'm a bassist and looking to get in the scene, really.
Yeah, I started that a little bit.
Yeah,
I was going to expand.
I mean, you did, and
yeah,
we're here. So
yeah, exactly.
It works, like especially in fields like music as well. It has like a cold exterior, but a lot of people want others to win. Like people, I think that era of people like trying to really protect their jobs, like don't want to give out their secrets, is kind of coming to an end in the most part. Like people just want to see others win.
Yeah.
Certainly people that I know, like if they can help you, they'll help you. If they can help you, and it's not going to be inconvenient for them.
Yeah.
But, which is the thing as well. Like you got to make it as easy as possible for them to help you, and they'll help you.
Yeah, like I appreciate you having me over here. And it's like
this is
such a huge help.
This is what it's here for. I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities that just changed like everything that I was doing. I would have been doing like physics before, like you're saying. So like I get it. Like I get it. I left school with straight A's to do music. So for me to now be able to come back and kind of help people go down that, even if they don't do it full time, like you don't need to do it full time, but even if it's just an extra 500 quid a month doing something you love, like that's a game changer.
Yeah,
absolute game changer.
Yeah, and for me, like the thing that made me realise that I got to earn some money from this. Yeah, I was just like, man, I got this skill. Like I've been playing for like 12 years. And it's like, it'd be such a shame if I never earn anything from it.
Yeah.
It's got to be used. It's got to be utilised.
That's it. This is it.
Yeah, man.
I think you'll make it work.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's go push it.
But honestly, that it sounds too simple. It sounds too simple, but with what we've said there, like if you're regularly going to these jam nights and actively talking to the people there and talking to Plane, like, because if you know 5 of those people, through that you have an ability to know like 50 of them, and a lot of the circles will cross over. So the more of those guys that you know, is the more access you're going to have to other fields, other circles that will actually be able to open those doors for you.
Yeah.
And then it's just keeping up the Plane on the ground, so that when people do follow you, first thing they're going to do is check your profile, and they'll probably watch 2 or 3 of your most recent videos and see what it's saying.
Yeah, for sure. Mate, I got the little Focusrite, the Scarlett Soho recently.
So I don't know about this.
Do you know what, like the audio interface? And like
is it a single one just into the laptop? Like
yeah.
Mate,
they're so good.
Man,
didn't even pay for it. My mate gave it to me because he never uses it. And then downloaded Cakewalk.
Yeah.
That like free recording software. I've just been recording on that for bass videos now.
Yeah, that's good. This got me out of a lot of trouble. It's the Roland Go mixer. So
yeah,
this right here, you plug it. You can use it with Android or iPhone, depending on which lead you get. But basically, you plug it into your phone. I can even do it the right way. You do it like this. Plug it into your phone. There, turn on your camera app. Plug your bass into this, and plug in like an aux cable from whatever music you're playing.
Yeah.
And then you get like direct audio quality into your phone videos.
That's sick, man. That's well good.
It's game changer.
What's it called?
Roland Go mixer.
Man, I might have to get one of those.
Honestly,
yeah.
Like, I mean, when you're at home, it's just as easy to grab an interface and do the camera as well. But the benefit of this is you don't have to sync up any audio.
Yeah.
You just literally turn on the camera, film, press record, and what you play records. You do headphones out of this, so you need headphones to go into it. But you get your headphones into this, and you're recording your videos with like pristine audio.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
And it is just easy. Like you don't need a lap. You might need a second phone or iPod if you still have one of those to play the music from. But
yeah, because I've been like recording it on my phone over here whilst I like play bass, and then I'll have to like connect my phone up to the computer, take the video, and match it up.
Yeah.
It takes so long, man.
It's cool though, because when you get the camera, obviously you doing that is gonna still give better quality. And I know it's just Instagram, but it's still worth doing the quality videos when you can. But if it's the difference between not making the video at all, yeah, that's what you want to get.
Worth doing it.
100%. 100%. I need to. That's one of my things now, is to put out more content. It's happening.
You're pretty good, to be honest. Anyway, like you got quite a few followers from what I saw, and you put out stuff like probably every week.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to. I mean, ideally, I want to be once a day, but just
it's finding the time.
Yeah.
I heard because I was doing a bit of research, and if you can pay, like if you can afford it, there's this like company you can use called Hootsuite.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of it?
To schedule your posts and all that?
Schedule it. And I think some of them can do other stuff where they like, I don't know if it's something you'd want to do, they like other people's photos.
I would avoid that. Just because
it's a bit fake.
Yeah, that Instagram's trying to cut down on that as well. So like the algorithms are starting to pick up on when people are using that sort of stuff.
You block your account. Like actually doing that.
Like, not even block your account, but just limit your reach as well. But it's one of those ones where it's like people can tell. Like you can tell when someone's paid to use that, because you get a random dog biscuit company liking your bass cover, and the same thing will happen with your profile. Like that person's got no interest in what you're doing whatsoever, and you can tell.
Have you heard of the Instagram page? It's called like Toku Bass or Bayo. It's like a Brazilian bass page.
I think so.
Yeah, so I quite like them. They've got like quite a few followers, and they repost a lot of people's stuff.
Yeah.
They put a comment on one of my videos like "Wow, top." And then like a music sign, like a thumbs up. And I was like, "Oh, sick!" Like replied, "Yeah, thanks for the comment, man. Like really appreciate the support." And then the next day, I got 2 more comments on 2 different videos from them saying exactly the same thing, exactly the same emoticons, and I was like, fuck's sake.
That's what you don't want,
Yeah.
Which is why I would avoid those automation sites like the plague, if possible, because that's exactly the impression that you'll get, and it takes away all respect you had for the page before that you followed anyway, or that you've seen anyway.
Because you know what they're doing isn't genuine. Yeah. Like they're probably doing that to loads and loads of people. Why they've got so many followers.
I mean, it does. It's one of those ones. It depends where your ethics and morals are, I guess. It does work. It's working less and less now because people, like you say, they're catching on to it. back with the whole like follow and follow thing. Like,
it's
just not worth it anymore.
No.
Yeah. Like back when Instagram started, everyone was on that, and I was even on that for a little bit as well. But it's not. It's a waste.
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't. It's not a good look.
No, I was a bit of a laggard with Instagram. Like when it popped up, I was just like just got Snapchat, and then saw like all these other apps popping up and stuff, and I was like, oh man, it's too many. I can't be asked. Like surely it just won't go anywhere. And now it's like as big as Facebook.
That's it. Well, it's owned by Facebook now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
This is it. Right, man.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
It has, mate. I appreciate it a lot.